victim. You yourself have been used by scammers.
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thank you for having me here today. And thank you, everybody. I don't know how many people are watching right now. And for those that are connected, thank you for the support and thank you for all the job that you guys do. You guys are
Welcome.
amazing and do the amazing job every single day, supporting us. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, yeah, you're welcome. So, yeah, I have I don't know how many accounts. I have hundreds of
Oh,
accounts, like, and this happening every single day, every single week. Um, and I am a victim too, unfortunately, as a soldier, as an army recruiter. Um, this situation looks like a never stop. But thanks to people like you guys, they're supporting us, so you will try to fight back. You know,
yeah. I mean, as I said to you before, Nigeria and Ghana and West Africa is not going to stop its scammers. They bring in far too much money. They spend the money there. So, and basically, let's face it, we know it's corruption. So they're not going to be prosecuted. Nothing's going to happen to them. So all we can do is try and get as many or awareness or education out there so that people know, so that when they get contacted, they can look at it and think, oh, it's a soldier, oh, it's military, it's going to be fake, and we've got to get to the point where they're not going to get, I mean, we won't ever get to the point where everybody knows, but we've got to get to the point where so many know about it, they're not going to get enough money. Because tell them the story you told me about the house,
so
Filipino.
yes. So the one day, these American, they have some properties in the Philippines. Contact me, started to, like, double check about who I am, because he is the one that told me what was going on. So this Filipino lady apparently was about to get married with me. Of course, the scammer pretended to be me, say, hey, I am in deployment here in the Middle East, and I will go over there. I will marry you. Let's go buy the house. So this property, the owner was an American guy. Looks like he maybe doesn't know how we operate 100%, but have a good idea. Something was off, and he contacted me for somehow he actually found me on Instagram, and then he's the one displaying, hey, I just try to find out what is going on. You guys actually will buy the property because this lady say that you will be part of the deal. But I only see some emails and pictures, so he was not able to talk to me until that day. And he's the one explaining me to me everything that was going on. And I actually, clarify for him, hey, I'm happily married. I am an army recruiter here in Texas, so I am not pretending to marry anybody in the Philippines. I'm not pretending to buy any property over there neither. So when he actually explained to the lady, um, what happened, hey, I've been in contact with a real soldier, and this is the situation right now. You've been scammed. So the entire family came against me.
Mm.
Like, they just coursing on me in every time, in every comment, like, hey, we need the money back because apparently this lady sent money to the guy and to actually, do the deal about the property. And they requesting from me the money that she sent.
Mm.
I was
That's the
like,
thing.
I don't know what you're talking about, because
Yeah,
I don't know how much money you send.
but it's really difficult for them to take out the picture of you in their minds and put a Nigerian in their mind. Um,
Absolutely.
and it's, I mean, I know it's hard to do, but they've got to accept that it's not you. And
Yeah.
and Filipinos especially, and I can say this because I'm related to one. But Filipinos especially will send money very, very easily, and the whole family gets involved, and they do get it.
Yes.
They'll put money together, so because she's going to get such a good life with this American soldier, they'll put money together and help them buy the house.
Yeah, absolutely. I have some co-workers, soldiers too, that they are from Philippines, and they are like super, super, super friendly. They
Mm,
are one of the happiest person that I never met in my life because they are all about family. They want to be together, and they will be happy that the one of
mm,
them
yeah,
go in different path and and see the world, and I feel really bad, when all this situation happened because I was trying to explain to this lady, hey, I
yeah,
know, that you're being scammed, but I just telling you, and I told to the family too, this is not me. It's nothing that I can do,
mm,
because people need to understand the United States doesn't have jurisdiction
yes,
in those countries. Like it doesn't matter how bad is the situation. It doesn't matter how much money they send. We don't have jurisdiction over there. That will be belong to their government
mm,
to actually putting down those organizations because it's not one or two. That is like an organized people.
yeah. I
I
mean,
can say
even
that's
with
the
what
entire
we,
organization that they dedicate
yeah,
the entire
I
day
know.
to do this.
Oh, oh, from what we get just with at Scam Haters, we anticipate there must be tens of thousands, literally, involved in some way in the scamming game, and there are millions of fake accounts, but there are just I wouldn't even like to guess how many, but I reckon there's tens of thousands of people doing it. And of course, the thing is, they'll say, well, we report it to the FBI, but actually, Americans have nothing to do with it because if it's a Filipino and a Nigerian, they've used your pictures, but America's got nothing to do with it. It's so they would never be able to do anything about it.
Yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. Even though if the victim is from here, from United States, because I got those cases too.
yes, I mean, there's many.
It's nothing the United States government can do
No,
against to somebody in a different country that's scamming male or woman uh, on the social media because it's nothing that we can do, unfortunately. So I got this other situation. Like I can be telling story here all day because it's like every
there's
day.
plenty of them.
Yeah, but I just started remember those one day they actually being like super mad and I would say that they are like we saw hate comments, against to me and everything. So we had this. I was talking to you yesterday about this son-in-law and son to the A.
Mm,
My
mm,
mom say they will marry you. What is going on? He's about to divorce my dad. I was like, I don't know what is going on,
really?
because it's like I don't know who your mom is, and I am so sorry to hear about that. When we try to explain to them, some of them listen and try to clarify the
Yeah.
situation with their family members, but some of them go straight against to me. And in every single post that I do about the army, because I am an army recruiter, that's what I do. Try to show everybody what the army has to offer. The U.S. Army, and they just comment, on the post like, "Hey, this guy is a scam.
Yeah.
Don't trust in him." I was like, it's
Yeah, and
it's,
also
it's really
what
difficult.
we get a lot of what we get a lot as well is the fact that, well, you guys must be working with the Nigerians because that's where the money's gone to. But how do they use the soldier? How do they use the Navy person? They must have your permission to do it. And if my picture, if anybody that's watching this now, if their picture is on the internet, anybody can take it, anybody can use it, and they do.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
nothing to do with you.
I was working. Well, I try to get my account verified. It doesn't stop anything
Oh,
anyway.
but
But they
but
say,
Instagram,
hey,
terrible
you need
scam.
it. Yeah, apparently I had to be like super popular or something like that, like be on the news, a newspaper, something like that, like an important person to actually get my check mark, and get my account verified. And that doesn't stop anything, like you say. So they can easily take the
Oh yeah.
picture, do the screenshot,
Hmm.
processing one of those apps or programs on the computer system, Adobe Photoshop or whatever the case may be, and they can just make it look great. And they, hey, this is me. And something that they need to realize, even if they are male or woman, because that's in both sides, is that they will never will be agree to actually do the video call,
Yeah.
with those victims, because they don't want it for
No.
them to see who they actually are. They will go every time about emails. They will go every time about text messages,
Mm.
especially in WhatsApp,
Oh,
because that
even
is a
WhatsApp.
super vulnerable platform. We need to be careful about what we use WhatsApp too, because they can easily go into your, information on your phone and stuff like that. Like even us, like we have a government computer, a government phone. We are not allowed to have some apps in our government phone, even though they is encrypted, super secure, but to prevent any
Yeah.
breach, they don't allow us to do it, because that's what they're looking for. They are dedicated
Yeah.
24/7 to see how they can actually,
And they work.
go through whatever system.
They work in quite large groups. They are working in shifts because they've got to work. When you think of you sat in West Africa, and what, you're 6 hours behind me now, so I'm on the same time zone, strangely enough, as Nigeria. But so they've got to scam 6 hours back, or Australia. So they've got to work around the clock to cover everybody. So
Yeah,
they've really, really organized. But what I always say to everybody is the fact that this is a video call, and you are sat in front of the camera as I am, and I can see your mouth move to the words that you are saying to me. So if they took a video of you and played it to somebody, they might play it to somebody and say it's bad reception, or we can only be on 2 seconds, or something like that. And
yeah,
then either they voice over it, which I have to admit I usually laugh at because it's quite funny. But it's not a proper video call if they play you a video. And
yeah.
that's, again, we'll say, well, it was true, it was real, because I saw him on video 3 times. Well, seeing him on video is not talking to him on video.
Yeah,
You
yeah, but they
know.
can they can do is the technology right now is amazing, and they can do so many different things
Mm.
to make somebody believe that they are talking to the actually real person, which is me, right? So, but I don't know how many accounts I have. I got hundreds of accounts, and you guys are help me out to putting down, a bunch of those too. And something that I want to just tell everybody, because this is like a script that they have, right? So, hey, this is me. I am in the Middle East. I am a U.S. Army soldier, or whatever branches they want to use. I don't have money. I am a widow. My wife died from cancer.
Mm.
I have, I don't know, one son, two sons, or whatever the case may be. I need money to pay for my food right here because they don't feed me.
Mm-hmm.
I need money to actually go back home, with my family and see my kids and stuff like that. And it's heartbreaking, you hear something like that. It's like, even though you don't have the money, you maybe will at least think
Yeah.
about help that person, because that's a human nature, like you will just try to help somebody else. Um, but it's like a script that never ends. They always use the same type of situation, and they need to be aware. Please don't send any money, because it's like it's super easy for somebody to, hey, send me an Amazon gift card, send me
Yeah.
an
I see.
iTunes
Yes.
gift card.
Yeah.
Uh, Another thing is the U.S. Army has a system, right? uh, and it's been for many years. Like we are like 245 years old, right? In this organization. So the thing is that they need to realize that when we are in the Middle East, or we are in whatever place, right? We are in deployment environment. Right now, it's only 9 months deployment. Everybody knows that. That is the public information. It's not a secret. But before, back on the days, it was like 15 months. deployment. So
Yeah.
it's a year some change of deployment in somewhere. So normally after 6 months or so, they actually start going on the cycle to send people on vacation for say something. Part of the process is that you have to fill out a bunch of paperwork, submit it, they will approve it, and the army is the one that will send you back home
Yeah. And
for
you are the
whatever
one.
amount of days.
And you are the one that fills in the paperwork.
Yeah, we are the one as a service member that
Yeah.
we have to put the information because it's our information.
Yeah.
So what that paperwork does is that, hey, if something happened as a commander, in my chain of command, they know where I am
Yeah.
and what I am going to, so they can easily find me. Because we
Yeah.
cannot just walk away. We are part of this
Immediately.
big
Yeah.
organization. We have a commitment with our country and with them. So they need to know where we are.
Yeah.
So they will send us for whatever amount of days, and then we will come back, and they are the one that will fly us round trip,
Yeah.
back
And you
and
will not
forward.
pay anything.
We don't have to pay anything. That was mentioned to you yesterday. In case of the emergency, right?
Yeah.
We do the same process. However, let's say that somebody's family is in really bad shape, is at the hospital, um, could be in whatever time that that person will pass away. The first step that they will do, they will contact the Red Cross. The Red Cross will contact the unit or the soldier. The unit of the soldier will contact the soldier and will, after they confirm that the situation was true, to say,
Yeah.
hey, we have here this family, have to be like immediate family,
Yeah.
like mom, dad, maybe grandparents, husband, wife, kids, stuff like that. So that way, hey, you should go home, and take care of this situation. You don't have to. They will ask you if you
Yeah.
wants to go. So you say, yeah, okay, I will go. This is some serious situation that I want to take care of that. The army will actually, through the Red Cross, they will fly you back home.
Yeah.
You will just take care of business over there, and then you will just go back. Unless they say, hey, just stay there, we understand, we'll
Yeah.
figure it out right here. We got this. But we don't have to send any request
Yeah.
to my wife. When I'm doing my business here in the army, my wife doesn't have to be involved. I don't tell
Yeah.
her, hey, please
Yeah.
fill this out for me because I need your social security number, even though I know it. But I don't send that form to anybody. The service member is the one that has to fill that out,
Do
send the
it.
request,
Yeah.
and everything is related to us that we are the one that serve. It's not like, hey, I need your information because in
Mm-hmm.
that form in particular is your full name, your social security. It's a
Yeah.
lot of
And
information over there, and that's it. It's game
passports.
on. They just
Yeah.
got it.
So they can do anything with that. And
Yeah.
and I've said to you before, um, that the idea that you will not get paid when you're deployed just makes no sense
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
Even if you do
So
not know what the army does, it doesn't matter. The idea that you go away serving your country and your country's not going to pay you while you're there.
no, when this is it's a big picture. When the news knows something and hey, this group of soldiers is going
Yes,
somewhere or whatever, probably like I was mentioned to you, probably it's too late. Maybe they already left,
yeah, yes,
or maybe they're already back because
yeah,
we will not tell them, hey, we are going over there, right, guys, waiting for us in the other side, because that will be, like, I don't know, completely
you don't.
wrong to do.
You're not going to tell anybody exactly where you're going to or exactly
Yeah,
where you're staying.
yeah, probably only like those like wife, husband, stuff like that. They are probably the only one that know where you're going to, and that's it. And maybe it depends on what type of job they have. Maybe they not even know, not even know neither.
Yeah,
What are you going to? Maybe they know that you're going somewhere. So when you arrive, right, when you're going over there, you don't have to pay for flight ticket. You don't have to pay for anything. The army will move you over there. Will pay you all the time.
yeah,
All the time. You will get paid twice a week, every first and every 15th of every month. It doesn't matter where you are. By direct deposit, they already got our information. We always have access to our money. You know, like I was mentioned yesterday too, we actually came with more money when we are in
Yeah,
somewhere
quite
because
like.
we don't have to pay taxes over that money. We
And you
have,
don't
yeah,
you
we
don't get
have a
food
fam.
or anything, do we? Do you?
Yeah, they give it to you food. They will give it to you more money if you are married for family separation. Every 30 days that you are separate from your family, the army has that money over there extra on top of you pay, you know, for you to use. What else? They will provide you everything.
Everything.
So it's like a when we are in somewhere, right? The way the game is playing right now, we are not over there by ourselves. Normally, we are with the coalition forces, and we have soldiers from UK. We have soldiers from New Zealand, Australia, Japan, Italy. You name it. You know, like everybody that is part of the probably of the UN or the coalition forces. We are together. We go to the same dining facility. We go to the same
Yeah,
gym. We hanging out around each other. You know, we start
exactly.
knowing each other, and almost everybody operate on the same way. You know, when we have to go somewhere, it's like, hey, I'm here in Afghanistan, and now I have to go to Baghdad. I need money to go over there. No,
Yeah, I mean the
I
thing.
just contact the Air Force and whatever person in charge of the fly, the military fly, and they will move us from
Over
point
there.
A to point B with no issues.
And also something else, and it's very, very common. The sending out of an ID card. Now, you know, these ID cards that they send out, they're many and varied. And, you know, the Photoshoppers made them for them. But please tell people that you could never send somebody that you do not know a copy of your ID card.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So
I mean, that is
it
just security.
is, yeah, it's about security. We never send it out, first of all,
Can I
and
just,
we would.
to the person that's asking down here, it's always the army. The wife never has to pay anything. Sorry, carry on. I was
Let me
answering
see. If
somebody. No,
you were
if you were
sick, would your
sick.
wife have to pay? Okay, so we have health insurance, right? I will just talk. We have in the U.S. Army two different ways. We are even active duty, like I am. That is my job, 24/7. Um, or you are in the Army Reserve. Let's talking about the deployment because that is the common situation, right? When you are in deployment environment, even though if you are a U.S. Army reservist, because right now you are in the deployment environment in somewhere, you are technically go and switch to the active duty setup.
Right.
So if something happened to you or something happened to your wife or kids, you don't have to pay absolutely anything because that person can go to the military hospital and they will take care of that person 100%. Whatever happens, surgery, transplant, like single
Yes.
visit to the ER, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Medication, prescription, labs, whatever, they will take care of you. So that is one of the thing that we always mention to our future applicants. Hey, if you are committed to serve to our country, the army will take care of you and your family.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and people need to understand that. So we will never request money like to pay the medical bill, stuff like that. You know, they have some another option. They could decide to go off post, and they will just pay. I would say a small amount of like a copay for say
Yeah.
something, but
Yeah.
it's, it's, it's like a other regular insurance. But if that person decides to go to the army facility, that person won't pay absolutely anything. You
No.
know, and even us, we don't pay anything. Like for example, when I came to the army, I used glasses,
Mm.
right? And a couple months later, after I finished my training and everything, I did the right process, and the army did the surgery on me, and I use glasses anymore. I don't pay anything.
Oh, I think I'd be lost without my glasses.
So they will do whatever. Let's say the wife is pregnant, need to take care of the baby, see surgery
Everything.
has to be in
Yeah.
place. They will do that too. All the treatment, follow up appointments,
And I
everything.
think the thing is that we've got to get through that you are looked after incredibly well, and there is nothing that you need to pay for. You know,
Say that.
You are looked after incredibly well, and there's nothing that you need to pay for.
No, no, they will, we get paid, like I say, every month, twice, every first and every 15. We have a lot of benefits, even the uniform they will provide to us, everything. So we don't need anything. What we need is just be physically fit, do the right thing, take care of your family, because even though if they go with the script, they say, hey,
Mm.
my family need money or
My
whatever.
mom's dying, and
Yeah, that's on them because if the wife or the kids are the one involved, the army will actually take care of the medical situation. If mom is the one they is with the situation, that soldier can make a decision or that service member to actually help. Like if my mom is in the situation, I will just try to take care of myself, because she's not the one in the military and she's not my wife or my son. But is the bottom line is that they cannot send any money because it's not true.
no.
We will never request them, and this is not right. Actually, somebody can get in trouble. If I go to the social media and start asking for money,
Mm.
especially in the military uniform, or using my
Yeah.
professional platform to actually do that, I will put myself in trouble.
Yeah, I always think that if you think about it, you'd be pretty stupid to use your own picture to actually ask somebody for money, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And this thing about when you're away and you can't video call or you can't voice call, because I video call deployed soldiers, so I know you can do it, and yet the scammer will always say, oh, I'm a sniper, I can't video call. Now you're not going to tell somebody that you don't know that you're a sniper, you know well, as we said last night, when they say about I'm a secret agent and I'm on a secret mission, but I've been on Instagram and I'm talking to you, but I can't video call you.
Exactly. See, they will just make all kinds of stories about, hey, I am here. I got this super, super duper important job, and I cannot tell you
Yeah,
anything about it, but I'm calling you right now. So maybe that is not even the real voice of the person. Maybe they're using a program or something like that.
yeah,
Because we can either way use a video call or we can use a voice call. It depends what you want to do. But if we want to video call somebody from deployment, uh, of course, it depends where you are, but you can absolutely do it. You can absolutely do it. Bless you. You can absolutely do it. It doesn't matter. Hey, if you are in your room, what people will see, they will see your room. That's it. They will not see anything.
yeah, yeah.
Um, um,
But
it's
they make up these rules and regulations that I can't do this, I can't video, um, I can't voice chat or something like that, because it doesn't make sense. And also something else that doesn't make sense is they say, oh, well, he's on the phone to me. We're talking for 3 to 5 hours a day. Well, when you're deployed, you've got some work to do.
I wish that I can talk 4 or 5 hours. Oh, that's the little cat. Where is the
That's
dog?
Margaret. She likes to join in.
Where is the dog?
The dog's gone to sleep somewhere.
Yeah.
Dog's gone to
So
sleep. I've got him quiet, but it's Margaret.
he just want to be part of the video.
Yeah.
So, like I say, I wish that I can be 4 or 5 hours, talking to my
Yeah.
wife. Like, wow, let me see. I think that I can probably have maybe like 1 or 2 hours. I sacrifice my sleep time when I came back from work, and then before go to work on next day, maybe an hour. I'm probably not even complete
Yeah.
because I was on the rush. Um, it's depend how you manage your time, but you will not have, like four,
Yeah.
5, 6 hours during the
Yeah.
deployment to talk to someone. It's not gonna happen. They need to understand, like people need to understand when we post something, well, the right way to do. When we post something on the social media about training, when we post something about, hey, um, I was in the UA or whatever, whatever place, the deployment environment, we probably already came back from that place.
Yeah.
You know, you will not be so dumb to say, "Hey,
But
I'm
that's
here in
it.
this mountain. Check it out. You know, I got the Taliban right there. You know, like because they were looking
And
for me. Oh, we got one somebody out there.
because they'll send them. I mean, these pictures are easy enough to find, but they'll send them pictures of, you know, somebody being dragged through, you know, some trees or something like that. And if you look at the pictures, if you look for the pictures online, they are, Margaret, they are always training exercises that's been on some army site, because you could never, you know, you would not be out there fighting the Taliban or ISIS or whoever you fight and be taking little pictures of it to send back to your girlfriend. I mean, you know, it just would
Yeah,
not ever
yeah,
happen.
it's not happening that way. Even though you actually, if you take pictures or whatever, you would probably show them later when you come back.
Yeah,
And if you decide to post something, it's because you are not even there anymore. Because your location could be compromised. You
yeah,
know, like
exactly.
in some cases, of course that we have access to Wi-Fi. Of course that we got access to our cell phones. You know, we probably buy a SIM card. We'll do whatever it takes to communicate with our family. That's completely true. But everything will be depending what location we are, because in some locations we cannot even use those smartwatches because
Yeah,
they can actually compromise your location too. So we have to
yeah,
even
because
turn
I
off
suppose,
or just living at home.
yeah, I suppose your watch is sending a signal,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah,
So
absolutely. So it's like if they get called like, hey, I am a secret agent, I am a CIA, I am, I don't know, counterintelligence soldier, whatever the case, they want this fancy story made. Uh, that's not true. You will never tell anybody about that.
no,
So if you have even a top secret mission, a secret mission, you will never tell anyone
yeah,
because you are compromising first the mission, and that could put a lot of life in dangers. You know, like
yeah.
it's not
And
gonna happen.
the thing is as well, you know, we get so many saying, well, they didn't know anything about army life. Well, who does if you're not in the army? You know, you'll say, oh, test them and test them. Well, don't. Just don't talk to them because they're not going to be real. I would not think, I mean, I've been told this by several, I would not think there's anybody that would be deployed with you that's going through Instagram or Facebook looking for women to talk to.
Yeah, no, not,
Never.
not, 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 not normally that is not, I won't say that never, but normally that is not the case.
Yeah.
Um, I can highly probably recommend it to if they go into the situation like, hey, someone contact me, say there is a soldier from whatever country or from the US, just ask that person to do a video call. If that person refuses to do it,
Mm.
just stop talking to that person. Don't provide any more
Yeah.
information about yourself because that person will use that information later even against to you or to scam you.
And it could be some weeks later. This is the thing, because I was talking to a woman yesterday, and she is, and I couldn't get through to her. There is another soldier that is used, and I think he's in the Marines, and he's used, and he's, you know, we know him. He's married, he lives in the US, and everything. I was telling this woman that she wasn't talking to him, and she said, "Oh, I am. He's real." She was in Australia. He was in Syria or somewhere. Um, And she said, "You're wrong because I've already given him my bank account number and he's done nothing with it. And I've given him access. She'd given him her Amazon account number, the password to the account, the
To buy
email
stuff.
address to get into it. And she said it was a test because he hasn't used it. Well, yet. But there you are, a scammer who's got all that information. And really, you wouldn't need that information. It's not the sort of thing you would ever need to ask for.
No, no, even uh, we never ask for some personal information, Amazon accounts, anybody's
No.
account, like even bank accounts or website accounts. We will never ask for anything about that. Something that let's say that is not the case, but let's say that this soldier is super financially compromised and uh, um, um, doesn't have any money, right? So in the unit. of every single one unit, they deploy, it's always a chaplain, the religious person,
Yeah.
they normally contact so many different organizations here in US to send care packages to those soldiers.
Yeah.
So in some point when those packages start arriving, even though you don't need it, that will be a
It's not.
stack. That
Yeah.
will be a stack of packages. Like you will have everything, like personal hygiene stuff, like some board games, like whatever, like
Better
from
socks.
from a simple sock to
Yeah.
toothpaste, coffee or whatever. You will have what you need.
But they have been steel care packs are sent via the military. They're not sent to some agent in Nigeria that is going to pass them on.
No,
The military send them through their own postal service.
yes, they will be sent to the what is the name? It's a it's not a PO box. It's
Yeah.
something else. On the top of my head, I can't remember right now.
Ours is
Technically,
BFPO. It's British Forces Post Office. Ours, and it's very, very similar to yours. It's a set address that they have.
yeah. So that package go to the location, and that location will send it to whatever location, whatever
Yeah.
base
Mm.
in the whatever environment or deployment that person is.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be sent to any other country.
Any
That will go
no
through our
agent.
U.S.
Yeah.
Post Office. Like it doesn't go to like Japan, or hey, we're sending it
Yeah.
straight to this address. No, even if you are out there, it has to go through the U.S. Post Office.
Yeah.
That they are the one that actually will send the packet out there.
Yeah. Because you have nobody outside that's going to get something to give to you. Everything goes through official channels. And also, we get them where I think Nigeria must have the highest amount of iPhones of anywhere in the world, because we're always getting, oh, well, he couldn't do a video call until I sent him an iPhone. So they
Yeah,
send them.
that's the catch. Now he has an iPhone, and now he can do some and other stuff.
Yeah.
But no, normally, what they actually tell to a lot of victims is that, hey, I am in the cyber cafe or cyber internet place or whatever. I don't have computer. I just come here and use it. But that's not free. You probably have to pay for, unless that you are in the library. At least here, you can go to the library and probably use it, but the access will be restricted to
Yeah.
some website, because they don't want everybody goes over there and use it in the wrong way, because that's the library. So you go to the cyber cafe, you probably have to pay for whatever amount of time that you are sitting over there in front of that computer. Um, I had the situation one day that this person was talking to me. Uh, this guy that was from Nigeria. Um, he was super respectful and everything. Technically asked me information about the army. I provide the information to everybody. Doesn't matter where they are. Um, in some point, he say that he was the big brother, and he has, I don't know how many other brothers, but mom and dad apparently died in the car accident.
Mm.
So then, yeah, that's we come back to the script, right? They just try to make it sound like so terrible. In some point, he mentioned something that if I can send money to him to eat because they don't have enough food, um, he changed the story how their parents died. I can't even remember exactly. So, but we
Yeah.
catch it. I was like, hey, hold on a second. You say that they died when he was a little one, apparently.
Yeah.
So, and now you say that you are the older brother and you have some other brothers. So where they came from? Because mom and dad are already dead.
Did. Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was like they just send it to you on the Holy Spirit or something like that, because it's like where did they
And
came from? When I
they're always starving.
Yeah,
We get them as well. They're always starving. They always have nothing. You look at the Facebook account and they've got great big gold necklaces on.
yeah,
You know, They don't
they
have
got
an
it.
iPhone. They've got a gold necklace on, but they're starving and they really do need They're
Yeah,
giving you money,
yeah,
you know?
absolutely, absolutely. And when I actually ask the this guy like, hey, hold on a second, you mentioned something about this, and now you say that this other version of the story. What is going on? That person stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
So I don't even hear from
Because
him anymore
because
because
no,
he realized like, oh, somebody got me.
yeah, and also because you were talking to him, so he couldn't really stick to the script. Because
Yeah,
his script, you were talking to him about things that he couldn't cover in that script. And
yeah,
sometimes, they send us the women will send us, copies of the chat that they've had. And the thing is that if they look at it carefully, they've got they've done all the talking. And you'll get a little line from the scammer, yes, honey, I love you very much, honey. Do this for me, baby. And really, they say very little sometimes.
yeah. If somebody call, I don't know. Every person is different, but if somebody call me and 2 minutes later say they love me, so something is wrong
Yeah.
because it's like you know,
Well,
you
yeah.
just I just pick up the phone and you say that you love me, and they
Well,
are
do you know,
like,
just before I came on to you, because I've been sort of doing some work on here, and I had a scammer come to me, and I was doing something else and sort of half answering him, and within the first 5 minutes, he said he didn't want to not talk to me, and he really hoped that I would talk to him because he knew I was a widow and he wanted to be my next husband, and that was within 5 minutes.
yeah,
So I mean, it doesn't happen. It
yeah,
does not in real life, ladies. It doesn't happen. And if you'd seen the man, honestly, he was awful. But it just doesn't happen. And we've got to get through this sort of thing about sending money. If they didn't send money, if they didn't get money, then they couldn't do this. And to be quite honest, if they're starving, that's fine. Go out and rob a Nigerian shop, but don't spoil women's lives, because sadly they do. You have some very vulnerable women who we know who will send anything from $10 to $1 million, and six figures is not unusual.
yeah,
You've got
and
but
they need.
over $100,000 now is not unusual.
Yeah, and they need a realize too that we have a government email. So let's say that
Yeah,
that person want to pretend to be like the most straightforward person about, hey, this is me, I got this important job. Our email, normally, you are in the military, will end in that mail.
yeah.
So it's not like I would send you. If I would send you something official, I wanted you to see who I am. I would probably just, hey, this is my military email. You can send something to me. It's not supposed to be used for anything that is not business related. But I would say, it's too many different
But you
ways.
can say, you would be able to, if you wanted to prove who you are to somebody, you
Yeah,
could
because
say to them,
yeah, you will say,
I'm
hey,
sending
hello,
you.
this is
Yeah,
me. And you will see the email came from me with my name and everything, my rank,
yeah.
and all that. So, something else that they actually just hanging out a lot in the dating sites. That is a easy catch right there. Like if they are hanging out to see who they can scam on the dating sites,
You see, a
even
dating
male.
site for me, if I was going to, I've never been on a dating site. I've got cats and dogs. But but if I was on a dating site, I would want to meet somebody, go on a date. Like, I'd meet them on a Monday and go on a date at the weekend. If somebody contacted me in England and said they're in Syria or Afghanistan, and I would see them in a year's time, that's no good to me. That's not a date.
No, that is not the day because the
If you're
first
on a
thing.
dating site, you want somebody there with you.
Absolutely, absolutely, and somebody that can actually, like say, hey, this is me. Let's go and do a video call, or let's go. And they need to be careful about, even though they say, hey, I only talk to that person over the phone, and I only talk to that person over the text messages. Even if they say, hey, let's meet at 7 p.m. at the park. Hey, just
Mm,
be careful,
no.
because you 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 are you
Meet
are
in a crowd.
if you are a single lady, and you are in the middle of the night, 7 p.m. or maybe later, to meet somebody at the park or whatever parking lot, don't go alone. I would probably not even go there anyway.
No, I wouldn't. You
You
know,
know, just look another location in the middle of the day, maybe at noon, 10 a.m. in the morning, something like that, you know.
no, private
Because
cafe would be good.
yeah, exactly, but don't go in the, you know, like those sketchy places that you can maybe disappear, you know, in the middle of the night. Nobody will
But
know
you
where
know,
you are.
we've even had women who have flown to other places to meet the person who they think they've been talking to. And I've had this 3 times now. If I've had this 3 times, it's happened a lot more than that. But they've gone to somewhere. They've been met at the airport by a rather large Nigerian gentleman and taken to a hotel room by that Nigerian gentleman because their soldier couldn't turn up, and they've gone. Now, I think that's horrendous. You know, why? Why would you do it?
Yeah,
Dangerous.
it,
It's just dangerous.
it is, and they need to be careful because it's like could be now we're talking
It's,
about there is a lot of women's, you know, that they are vulnerable on these things, but could be a male too. You know,
it,
who knows? Who knows? Maybe they know, hey, let's say let's do a setup right here. Let's get this guy. Let's rob him or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. You know,
and that's the thing, is we've got to get everybody to be just more careful. And you know, I've got this little theory about phones, because ever since we all had phones, somebody contacts you, you look at your phone and you think, you know, and everything that you see on that phone, people do not question. Everything they see on that phone is real. And
yeah.
we've got to put something in here that questions absolutely everything that a stranger, you know, is coming to tell you.
Yeah, especially
And
they actually start the conversation on the text messages and they say, "Hey, I saw your picture, and you are so beautiful," or
yeah, I
whatever.
mean,
They start, you know, like actually, you know, saying some good things and
well, you
you
know,
know,
that
like
one of the things they like is, you know, hello, pretty. Now, if somebody said that to me in a bar, they'd probably get a smacked face, you know. Because it's not the sort of it's not the it's not the best chat up line, no, is it?
Yeah.
You know, and it's not. I can't imagine you or any of the other ones I've talked to ever saying to anybody, "Hello, pretty." You
Yeah.
know, it's filth. It's, you know, I mean, we shouldn't laugh, but I'm afraid, ladies, that we do sometimes. Um, but yeah, it is just, and to go back to where we started right at the beginning, what I find it difficult is when they use your pictures, because when they're using your pictures, you cease to be a human being. You're not. You're bait. You are the fly on the end of a fishing line for them to go and fish and to pick up somebody. And I think what a lot of people don't, they'll treat the woman victim as a human, but they don't treat the man whose pictures are used as a human. And your pictures are used, they'll use your family. There's many of the soldiers who are really good dads. So they've got lots of pictures taken with the kids.
Yeah.
Scams love that, because then they're taking all the pictures and sending them out, and then the wives are dead. Cut the wife
Yeah.
off the picture because the wives, you know, the wives are dead. And you are human, you are human beings, and they do not have the right to use you. But something else I want you to verify is the fact that you can't do anything about it.
Say that again, the last thing.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah,
Because
is
they'll say, well, why doesn't he do something about it? You
no,
can't.
is like I mentioned before. Unfortunately, we don't have jurisdiction about that. When you post it, well, like my professional recruiter page on Instagram, it's a public page
Mm.
because that's what I use to be in contact with so many people. Even though they want to talk about the military, that's my main focus. But somebody have a question about something, I can answer that. So it's not a question about that. But every post that I post over there about maybe myself during the training with my applicants, um, technically that goes to be a public picture for
Mm,
say something, and somebody can easily take it, and somebody can pretend to be me, but I am a victim too. That's what the people need to
yes,
realize. So
yes,
here in this circle, I am a victim too. I have a family, and I am a person. I am a human being. I am not this monster. They're trying to scam
yes,
every single person that is in front of the screen of the computer or the cell phone and say some sweet words, to make somebody fall in love, and then it's game on because that person will do whatever the other person in the other side say to make that person happy or for them to still feeling happy.
yeah.
And I think that they easily target. It doesn't matter if you are single, if you are married, if you are a widow, if
No,
you are like, it doesn't matter
they
because
like
like
they quite like this thing you said earlier about somebody's leaving their husband. They quite like a married woman because once they drive that wedge between her and her husband, she tends to turn to the scammer. Um, you know, he's then her best friend because husband's against her, family's against her, and he becomes her best friend and a lover. So, you
yeah.
know, um, and then she's going to get divorced and she's going to have money.
Yeah, and the thing
So,
is that if they actually continue to play the game, like you mentioned, like let's say that that person was happily married, with a great
mhm,
family and everything. So the lady divorced the husband, kids now are in everywhere. That home is completely destroyed. The scammer got what he wants.
yeah,
The first goal is the money. Everybody needs to understand that they don't care about who you are. It doesn't matter where you're from or who you are. They don't care about the person. They just care about the wallet, about the
yes,
money, about the debit card, about the bank account, about what they can get. Do they continue and you are only one number?
yeah,
Okay, today I scam 50. I'm making some progress. Tomorrow I need to get 100.
yeah. And if they've got 100 women on, which is probably an underestimate, but they've got 100 women on, and they're only getting money from a fifth of those women. They're still getting 10, 20, $30,000 a week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even though
You
let's
know?
say that they contact a hundred women in one day, and let's say that every single one of them give it $10 for
Yeah,
say something, that will be
it's not bad, is it?
that will underestimate because that will be way more.
Yeah,
But let's say that it's only $10, so we're talking about $1,000.
yeah,
Only in one day. Hey,
absolutely.
it's a really good business. You know, a
Yeah.
thousand dollars in one day at the end of the week,
No,
Monday to
you
Friday,
don't
is
even
five
need.
thousand dollars, and
Yeah,
you don't
you
need to
don't
do
even.
anything. You just
No,
sitting in
you're
your house in PJs and start sending, follow the script, making people feel happy, and just sending some emojis about sad faces and about that you're crying and about that you are in the middle of the nowhere and oh hey, hold on a second, I need to go back to you later because I need to shoot my gun. No, you don't, because you are in the fight, you are paying attention to that, you will not get killed.
yeah, yeah. It's just, it's a false world that it's really hard to understand how their stories are accepted, how the stories are very, very rarely challenged, and I'll say we say to women, you know, well, you're not talking to him. Oh, yes, I've asked him if he was fake.
Yeah.
You ask your scammer if he's fake, and he's going to say, "I'm real, babe." You know.
Something that they will see on my page is like, okay, normally on my feed is posts about the military, about the army, about the benefits, training, how you can join, etc., etc. However, on my stories, I normally try to share the human side of who I
Mm,
am out of the uniform. Like I am a human being too. I like to play sport, I like to go fishing, I like to go hiking, go outdoor, go to the gym. I have my family. I like to do stuff like another regular person in my community. So
Yeah.
I will show that too. Hey, places that I go, where I went to the restaurant or whatever. And that is normally on my stories. So if people want to see who we are, because we are not a machine. When we actually get dressed, we just destroy everything in front of us. You know, we are
Yeah.
humans
You're
too.
humans.
You
Yeah.
know, we have a commitment. We got the call of duty to serve our country. Doesn't matter what country you are, but all of us. It doesn't matter from what army are you are from. We got the same mission. You know, we go defend our countries and go back home and continue with our life.
Yeah.
The intention behind this is not to scam people, especially when you are in uniform, because that is first of all, it's not right, and second, the victims need to understand that we are a victim too.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And they tend to, they'll say things like, I'm going to send you some pictures because you haven't got them on your page yet. Well, I don't like doing that because, it's like I'm spreading I'll put enough pictures so that if somebody does an image search on you, they will be able to see that they're being scammed by somebody using your pictures. But what I hate to do is if I've got 12 pictures on there that are quite adequate and you can have them, they'll say, I'll send you some more because you haven't got them. I've got no right to have them. And neither has anybody else, because those pictures have been stolen from your life.
Yeah,
And you are a person, and it's 2020. You're entitled to be on social media because everybody is,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
It's like one day something that they actually somebody called me. That was actually a phone call. It's not like text message, anything like that. Somebody called to my government phone because it's on my social media
Mm.
page. You know, you actually mark that number, that the same phone that we are using right now for this video call.
Yeah.
That's the same phone that we ring. You know, and that is a government phone. So this person called me because every time there's somebody joining the army and everything, we want to share that goal that that person achieved. You know, hey, this
Yeah.
person will become part of the team. So I got a female that joined. I took a picture next to her. You know, welcome to the team. She left for basic training, and the person called me and say, "Hey, I got a picture here with you and your daughter. My mom say that well, what is going on?" He was claimed to me
Yeah.
about a relationship that apparently somebody that pretended to be me having with his mom. Now, first of all, I told him, "Hey, I don't have a daughter. I have a son." So that person over there is one of my applicants.
And I don't know your mom.
Yeah, because yeah, exactly. And I don't know your mom neither. And he actually sent me the picture. Hey, this is the picture they got. Who is this? Like, yeah, this is me.
And
And
then
that's
you're
one of my applicants.
yeah.
But I don't know who you are. And that was somebody here from the state. It's not like somebody from, I cannot even imagine like too many different countries because I have people in my page from all over around the world, and I talk to everybody, that is who I am. I am a very social person. If somebody come to me respectfully and ask me about something, I will provide the information. If somebody try to be disrespectful, I will do my best to explain to them. Or if that person continue, I will probably block that person, or I'll probably stop talking to that person because the person don't want to listen.
Yeah. And we do say to women, especially in the United States, I mean, this only applies to that, but if you want to know if the person that you're talking to is real, go to a recruiter or call a recruiter, because you can answer questions. you know they'll say to us, is he real, is he fake? We can say he's fake, and they will say to us, well, how do you know? Well, we know because we ask, but we do then say, try and call down at your recruiting office, or give a recruiting office
Oh,
and say,
yeah,
I'm talking to somebody in Afghanistan who
yeah,
needs money to come home. Is
ab
this real? And you
uh,
will tell them.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So if somebody Google it, for example, here, this Avala recruiting station in San Antonio, Texas. Our recruiting station, this office, they are sitting right here right now, the phone number will pop and the address too. And that is a
Yeah,
public phone number because that is what we do. We just
yeah,
open to the public for whatever person that want to come and get information about the army. So they can even call to the recruiting station and say, this is happening right now, like I mentioned before to you last night. So probably we will not provide so many information about some things.
no, but
But
you can tell them.
but
Yeah,
definitely we tell them, hey, this is not
yeah,
true. You are being
yeah,
scammed. Or I don't know who is that person, but here is no Miguel in this office. And he never
yeah,
been,
yeah,
like I don't know who is Miguel, or whatever, they can actually confirm that. And we got phone calls right here, often about, people actually call about, hey, I've been talking to this soldier, so could you tell me what unit? Unfortunately, we cannot
yeah.
tell them
You
in
can't.
what unit they are,
No.
even though we know. We cannot tell that information, but something that they can do is actually go and confirm. Just confirm if you are actually talking to the real person. Don't
Yeah,
pretend to have a quick background about that person because you will not get it.
yeah,
But at least you will get the information if that person is real. And then just,
yeah. And
hey,
if
just
if they
move
came
on.
to
You
you,
have to move on.
yeah, if they came to you and said, I'm talking to somebody and he wants me to fill in a fiance form and pay to register with the army, you can tell them that does not happen. You
Yeah,
can say that's wrong information.
yeah, I can tell them, hey, unfortunately, what are you telling me right now? It doesn't sound like it came from the soldier. I cannot tell
Yeah,
you what it, that
yeah,
person is, but I can easily probably, find out, hey, this is not a real thing. You have to
yeah,
move on, and that's it. Just living like that. But the situation can even worse with the victim or the victims start trying to get deeper on the
yeah,
situation about, oh, I want to find out where he is, who is his
yeah,
family, and it's not going to
yeah.
happen anyway. Even though you actually found the real person, it's
You're
not.
not going to tell them. But
Yeah,
that would happen anyway. That would,
it's not going to happen because even
no.
you know even was talking to the real person, and now how you pretending to be in contact with the real one and try to just blasting them for something that's not even their fault.
Yeah. That's right. And a lot of them want to trace, we get a lot of it, want to trace the real man, we want to talk to the real man, and that's not right. That is not right. It's not the thing to do. Leave them to live their life. They have not been a part of the scam, so they should not be a part of the aftermath of the
Yeah.
scam.
Something that I want to mention before I forget about it. I think that I mentioned that. So the army, you will get paid every first and every 15th. That I mentioned that you will get vacations pay. You don't have to pay for vacation. You will
Thank you.
get
That's
paid during vacation.
yeah,
So every month here in the army, I think overall across the board in the Department of Defense, you have 2.5 days that you accumulate. So at the end of the year, you have 30 days. So those
mm,
30 days you can request in whatever way that you want. You can request everything at one time. You can request it like fragment that in some important times during the year, like spring, holidays, or whatever the case may be, and you will always get paid. Those are your days. So
yeah,
you don't have to pay to use it. You will get paid when you are not even there.
yes.
So
And also,
you don't.
on these leave forms, they've got things like, well, you can pay for 1 month, you can pay for 2 months, you can pay for 12 months.
No, you don't do that because that is not even a thing. That is
No.
completely wrong. That's not exist. So the information that is going on the form, that we actually fill that out is your full name, like personal information.
Yeah.
Probably your social security number, from what day to what day you will be, and what is the place that you're going to in case if something happened to you, somebody can go and find you. Or if you not even came back, somebody can go over there and say, hey,
Yeah. Yeah.
we knew that he was in different stay at this hotel, so let's go and try to find it. So, but we don't have to pay for that. So
Yeah.
we don't have to pay for the uniforms. You will actually get allowance every year to replace uniforms that they are in bad shape.
Oh,
So
I'll tell you something else that they ask for money for as well. They'll say that you want to come out of Afghanistan because you don't like it. So you can pay to come out of Afghanistan, and the woman has to pay for a replacement soldier to be sent over to Afghanistan in your place.
No. So when we go out there, we are on the rotation, what we call, right? And that rotation, for whatever estimate amount of time that they decide that you will be there, somebody will go over there and replace you regardless.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. You don't have to pay that.
yeah,
Also, the army will give it to you. You know, they actually give it to us. It's like a credit card that we can actually use for expenses. It's a money already designated to that. We don't
yeah,
even have to pay that money out of a paycheck.
yeah.
It's
You
an
get a
extra
card.
money that we already got have the card and we just use it uh, to pay for whatever. You know, like for example, like I went one time to Asia, you know, like Japan, China, stuff like that, and in some of those stop because it's the way that works. We pay for the visa on those places, right? Because we
Yeah,
arrive to that country. I don't pay out of my pocket. I have my credit card that the Department of Defense gave it to me, and I pay with that because it's the
exactly.
money already designated to do that,
Yeah,
and I just pay for my bag and I just move on. Of course, that when you are actually going to the combat zone, you don't go to the regular airport neither. You
well,
going to the
yeah.
military flight.
You're going to the military flight.
Yeah, it's a military flight. Even though there is on the commercial fly, but this is a company already
Yeah,
contract to do that, and you are in the big airplane, the all military personnel, and they go to point A to point B, and that's
yeah,
it. We
yeah,
don't even stop on the regular airport. We stop on the actually bases, or if we stop at the international airport, we don't go to the regular gate like everybody else. We stay in different location
yeah.
and then we just move on. So
Because you go as a unit, though, don't you? So it's not like you're going as you and him and him and him. You go
no,
as a unit because that's the planned work that you've got when you get to the other end.
yeah, absolutely. When you
No.
go when you go to a mission, we're talking about that you are probably two, three, 400 soldiers. Can you
Yeah,
imagine if we arrive in well, let me see, to UK in the middle of the international airport or one of them, right? And
yeah,
everybody fully armored and everything. Everybody, what do we think? Oh, United States invading us? You know, like yeah, that's is you know what is going
yeah,
on? So what it normally is happening is that if we arrive over there because that is one of the stop, you probably you first you will not even identify that plane
yeah,
because nobody knows how that plane looks first, and it's not even part of the flight that is on the screen and
yeah.
anything, right? It's not like a military soldiers coming in this way in this flight, you know, like nobody will know, don't know anything, and then we just stop over there, go to a different location, like a I don't know, we can say that like for example, like those like a VIP
Yeah.
small buildings inside of the airport that they just go over
Completely
there. Yeah,
separate.
completely separate. We don't even see anybody, and we just go over there. Hey, we need to stop here for 30 minutes or 1 hour. We need to refuel and we need to move on, and that's it. Um, that's normally the way it is. You know, like
No.
they need to realize that nobody will tell them, hey, you will tell whatever person the whole
Yeah.
itinerary about where you're going at what time
Yeah.
and
And
when.
of course, you've also got to remember that these are people that they've never met. So, I
Yeah,
mean, it could be a whole setup, you know. So thinking about it logically, if it was somebody contacting you for real, you're not going to tell somebody you've never met absolutely everything about what the army's doing because that's security, you know. And yet a scammer will tell them where they're going, which camp they are, just about everything. So basically,
I
ladies, don't believe any of it.
yeah, I just reading right here one of the comments right here that somebody say that there is a guy say that he got to pay uh to leave and he won $1,500.
Mm,
You know, like I said before, you know, like we would never ask you for money, you
no.
know, like this is knowing our core values first of all, you know, we live by the army values, and we never do such a thing like that, you know, like we serve
And
because
you can make phone calls, you can make video calls,
you can,
you
yeah,
live
you can,
life.
Yeah, and one of the first thing that we do when we hit ground, we will do whatever to try to establish communication with our family members and let them know that we are okay. It's not like a Vietnam War. That person was disappeared for 2 or 3 years, and
Yeah,
then the wife thought that, oh, maybe somebody killed them. When he came back, the wife was already married with somebody else. Like
yeah,
no, it's
yeah,
2020. Um, and even though there is a crazy year for everybody, we
yeah,
always establish communication with our family. But we really appreciate it, the job that you guys do, because it's amazing. Without you guys, we will be way behind the fight. So at least we are on the fight. But
thank you.
yeah, without you guys, this situation will be completely out of control. Like even though maybe we never win, but at least
No,
we try. At least we try
we are,
because
and I think we're getting somewhere because what I found with these chats is, thousands watch them afterwards. We get really, really good numbers on these, and also we play them back to people, and I'll send them to somebody and say, watch it, watch everything that he says, and listen to it.
yeah,
And it's coming from you, and it means a lot coming from you because they don't think we know what we're talking about. And we're going to just try and spoil everybody's life by getting them away from their wonderful soldier. But when it comes from you, that makes such a big difference.
yeah.
It authority, I suppose, isn't it? It gives some authority to what it is. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having
Okay.
me.
I think Mark,
Uh,
yes, she has.
yeah, yeah, she left. Thank you for having me like tonight, right? Or like this evening, because I think that you have a nighttime already.
Yeah, no, 4 o'clock.
Oh, you got 4 o'clock. Okay, so
20,
afternoon.
20 past 5 it is now. So yeah.
Yeah, but no,
Thank you very much, Jorge, for this. It was
it's been
really,
a
really useful.
yeah, it's been a pleasure for me, to be with you, and thank you for your support. Thank to everybody on the team for everything that
Thank
you
you.
do. Um, I really appreciate it. Like I'm pretty sure that all the other recruiters and all the other service members, they actually, know who you guys are. We say thank you, especially.
They're brilliant with us. They really are. They've helped us so much. I mean, yes, I know we can help them with fix and things like that, but they help us a lot as well. So it's both ways, but it's brilliant. It's
Yeah,
brilliant. And I do think we're getting somewhere. I really do.
hopefully,
Slowly,
and
but
keep
we're
going
getting there.
fighting, keep going, spreading the word,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
about what it does bad guys actually do, because it's completely different type of fight. You
It
fighting with
is.
the invisible enemy. It's like we don't even know
Yeah,
who they are, and how they
that's
look,
right. Yeah,
and where they are from. They are like we already have an idea that they are located in some specific areas, but they are in everywhere,
yeah,
unfortunately. But for everybody that is being victim, maybe some of them they are probably during this life. Just be smart, be safe, and stay vigilant out there. You don't get fooled
yeah.
for those guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, you must be very early in the day,
Oh
aren't you?
yeah, I got here
Yeah.
11:20, so
I
it's
thought
easy.
it must be. Well, have a
Yeah.
very good rest of your day.
Thank you. The same for you, and be careful out there. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye
bye.
now. Bye.
Bye.